In a time when social media and everything is so divided, sometimes even our flag can be used as a symbol that divides. Our next inductee gave our town a moment of unity 54 years after his death, unlike anything I've ever seen and most of us have ever seen. I present Alva Ray Krogman. Ray grew up in Worland and was active in the Boy Scouts, eventually earning the rank of Eagle Scout. He lettered in football for 3 years and was an all-state honorable mention selection at center his senior year. Ray was also president of his senior class and was a member of the Math and Science Club, Radio Club, the National Thespian Society, as well as the original W Club. He graduated from Worland High School with a class of 1959. After earning his diploma, Ray was accepted into the Air Force Academy and began flying. He graduated from the academy in 1964 and was then assigned to a tactical fast response unit and stationed at James Connolly Air Force Base in Waco, Texas. In 1966, Ray was deployed to the Forward Air Controller Wing in Vietnam, where his duty was to fly a small single-engine aircraft known as a bird dog over the Ho Chi Minh Trail and into North Vietnam to look for any kind of enemy activity and to direct bombers to these potential targets. On January 17, 1967, First Lieutenant Krogman was shot down in Laos west of the DMC on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. His last transmission said simply, "I'm hit." Ray was awarded the following medals for his service: the Purple Heart for combat injury or death, the Air Medal for meritorious achievement while participating in flight, the Distinguished Flying Cross for heroism, the National Defense Medal, the Vietnam Service Medal, the Vietnam Campaign Medal, and the Silver Wings Designate USAF Certified Pilot status. On February 14, 2019, a scientific recovery expert reported the recovery of possible remains, which were subsequently consolidated, and on July 7th of 2020, they were identified as those of First Lieutenant Alva Ray Krogman. Ray was brought back to Worland in a very emotional ceremony and was interned this past July in the Worland Riverside Cemetery next to his parents. Ray was never married, but was a well-rounded person who benefited from the opportunities and challenges offered to him by the Worland school system and the community, who took advantage of those opportunities to go on to the Air Force Academy, and then ultimately sacrificing his life for our country. Speaking on Ray's behalf tonight will be his good friend from childhood, Robert Korenke. Ladies and gentlemen, I give it to you, Robert Korenke, on behalf of First Lieutenant Ray Krogman.
While we're waiting, I think this is the first time I've worn a tie since I retired.
You look great. You look great.
Grab that phone real quick.
I put this presentation together in the PowerPoint format. I got a call 3 or 4 months ago from John Harrington and Alex Ogg, and they suggested that they wanted to submit Ray's name for this prestigious award and wanted some help. Ray and I were friends from 1953 to 1958 when I moved to Casper. We were basically best friends, but after he had gone missing, I always kept track of everything that was available and kept a record as I could pull the information together and then bring it to the class reunion so that everybody could stay up on what the current status was. So the person we're talking about tonight is Alva Ray Krogman. He was part of the graduating class of 1959. He's going to make that sound. Let me stand up there. Okay, he was born on April 12th of 1941, and he, as others, as others have noted, I think went to school here for his entire academic career. His father was Mark's, his mother was, we called her Lou, and Mark's passed away in 1962, and Ray's mom passed away in 1990. Ray had one brother, Roy. Roy had 3 kids, 1 daughter and 2 sons. So I'm basically here on behalf of the niece and nephews. And Tom, one of Ray's nephews, is here tonight. Kelly and Jerry could not make it. So the 3 left behind are Kelly, Tom, and Jerry. So to kind of go through Ray's highlights through his school years, he was a senior class president. He lettered in football 3 years. He was one that you would call thick. He was a center. If you bumped into him, you bounced off. So it was no doubt that he was going to be able to letter for 3 years. Honorable mention in the All-State football, member of the W Club. He attended the Boys State as a delegate. He was a member of the science and the radio and the math clubs, and he belonged to the Thespians.